It's coffee time. Up until like a second ago, my neighbor's fire alarm was going off for like an hour. It was very weird. I was actually like legitimately concerned. Like, what if the building's on fire? Because it just wouldn't. Well, it had pauses. It would go for a while and then it would stop. I'd be like, all right, cool. I'll go ahead and make coffee time. And then it would start again. And I was like, what's happening? But at the same time, I've been in that position before where you're just making a lot of bacon. You know? It's mostly with bacon. You're just like making a lot of bacon. And you're real excited about the bacon. And then there's so much smoke. But you don't realize it because you've been in the room while it's been slowly filling with smoke. So it doesn't necessarily seem smoky until you turn around and you see the light gleaming off of the smoke in the room. And you're like, oh no. And then the fire alarm goes off. And then you have to take the pillow to it. And it's just bad. So I'm hoping that that's what the situation was. And there wasn't a legit fire. Wow, I have been so burpy. Today, when we were doing Daily Bite, Michelle came over to fix my hair, and the second she touched my hair, I just like belched. She like started to touch my hair, the burp happened, and then she was like, "Oh." I feel really bad. But I don't know what, I've been burping so much ever since the meal before I got on the plane. It's been very strange. I don't know why that meal would have caused it. It was a chicken burger. It was a chicken burger and fries, something that I have eaten before and not had horrible gassy problems with. But like typically, they're farts. Anyways, so what else was I going to tell you about? I can change this subject. We don't have to talk about farts again or burps again. Really just bodily gases again. I remember the story. Okay. So during the podcast today, we did the two podcasts. TB did not host it. Krender hosted it today, and it was just the three of us. And my cat kept running through the room and like attacking the windows. And I assumed that there was some sort of thing that she kept seeing that she was attacking. So at a certain point, I thought that I was hearing something strange. So I lifted my earbud off, and it sounded like there were multiple bees in my room. And I was like, what? So I like put the headphones down. I walked away from the podcast and could not find any insects, could not find anything. And the cat was staring behind my desk. And so I was like staring with her and couldn't see anything. So I was like, I guess it's fine. I guess there's nothing. Or it's somewhere else, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep an eye out. So I come back, put the headphones on, didn't have anything exciting to report. And then the cat freaks out and is like attacking everything and chasing something around. And I was like, oh, this is it. So I like threw the headphones back down again and walked away. She had trapped two like huge flies that had been mating. Like you could see it under her paw. They were like, and I was like, what is happening? So she had one paw in there. She put the other paw on and like held them like this. And then slowly put her face next to them. And I was like, are you going to eat them right now? And she just like opened up her paws and let them fly into her mouth. And then she just chewed them and swallowed and looked at me like, did I do a good job? I was like, you just ate two flies that were doing this. That is the weirdest thing in the world. I'm so proud. I've been leaving my kitchen window open, which I know is how they got inside. Because it gets so stuffy in here. And the kitchen window is really high up. It's like one of those windows that comes out like this and just comes out at like a small angle. So I've been just leaving it open during the day. And I know that random stuff is getting into my house. Flies, maybe bees. I don't know. Maybe those were bees before. It sounded like bees, but I think they were just, the really loud flies. Is it an old wives' tale that the louder the fly is, the older it is? Let's find out together. Google time, it's a Google time with Duger. Yeah! Okay. Are flies louder? Why are some flies louder than that? Let's just look at that. Why do some flies buzz louder than others? The buzzing noise is caused by the wings, and the thicker the wings, the louder the buzz. Understandable. Flies, like bees and wasps, have fairly short wings which have to be vibrated quite fast to enable them to get in motion. The loudest buzzing fly is the chafer, which is louder than the bumblebee, which is louder than the wandering bee, which is louder than the wasp. Wait, the chafer? Hold the phone. Chafer. No, chafer fly. Green rose chafer. Cockchafer. What? The cockchafer, colloquially known as the maybug, the michimodor, the billywitch, or the spang beetle. What is a European beetle? That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want the fly. Where's the fly? Depends on the size of the wings. They buzz louder if they have bingo wings. Get out of here. Bigger wings. Who cares? Gosh dang it, Yahoo Answers, you're the worst. Okay, apparently it just has to do with, I guess you could say maybe that the bigger the fly, the faster the wings have to vibrate in order to get the fly off the ground. And so that's why big flies are louder. Right? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that, guys. Science, sorta. That should be a show called Science, sorta. Oh my gosh, I would totally watch that show. It's just like speculation. Like, well, if I had to take a guess, the way that light works is, it's like, nothing's factual. It's all just guesses. I like it. Let's do that. Let's make that show. Science, sorta. I'll pitch it to Hank. I'll pitch it to Hank Green. I'll be like, look, SciShow could probably use a weird hypothesis show called Science, sorta. Don't worry. I'll head up the whole thing. He just like gives me projects. I'm like, oh yeah, black holes work because don't worry, guys. We got this on lock. I'm going to watch Hannibal tonight. We watched Game of Thrones last night. We went over to Jeannie's and had chicken that was delicious. She was like, I've never roasted a chicken before. I hope this turned out okay. And it was so good. And then we watched Game of Thrones, which was great. Newest episode of Game of Thrones. If you're caught up, you got to watch that. And tonight we're going to watch Hanny. Can't wait. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to watch Hanny when we're out of town for the wedding. I'm out of town again this weekend. Did I tell you guys that? There was a wedding that I like totally forgot about, and I was like, oh, I've got to go to that wedding. So we're going to be back on a plane on Thursday to go to my friend's wedding. And fortunately, Jeannie is also coming, so she's like, we can totally watch Annie Bubs. We can totally watch Annie Bubs while we're out. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Gonna be ill. I have Shakira stuck in my head. Her new album came out. And I never got it. I wonder if it's good. The only one that I really know, she's had 2 singles already from this new album, and the one that they keep using in commercials is the like, I can't remember to forget you. That song. That's the only one I remember. But there's another one. It's time to Google with Dooger. Yeah. Shakira. New album. Singles. Can't remember to forget you. Right? And Dare La La La. That's not it. Cut Me Deep. No. The One Thing. I don't know, guys. None of these sound right. You know what? I'm just gonna get off the Shakira train now, because apparently that's a dead end as well. Oh, that's right. I was looking up creepy shits too. Ugh, just close everything. Close everything. What's happened to my browser? I'm trying to remember if there was another story. I feel like there was another story that I had to tell you. Oh, I never told you about. Okay, the thing that when I was in the hotel, the story that I couldn't tell you because it would give away what hotel we were in is we were at a hotel called the Fairmont Copley, I believe. And there is a dog that is owned by the hotel. So, like, when we got out of the car, there was a dog bed, like a big dog bed just outside. And I was like, that's weird. We walk in. There are more dog beds. And I was like, this is so strange. And a friend of mine that had come with us was like, well, yeah, that's for the dog that they have here at the hotel. And I was like, oh, there's like a dog that lives at the hotel. And they were like, yeah, it's a blind dog that didn't have a home. And so the hotel just adopted the dog, and the dog lives here now. I was like, what? So eventually I finally saw this dog, and it is the sweetest dog in the world. It's just this big black lab that just like lays around and cuddles its teddy bear. And you just walk over and you pet it, and it's like, what's up? I was like, you're the sweetest dog in the world. I don't know how old it is, but yeah, apparently it's like a famous dog. It's a famous dog that lives at this hotel. Used to be a seeing eye dog, I think. Oh my gosh, are we going to Google 3 things in the same day? Fairmont Copley Plaza dog. Oh my gosh, you guys. The canine ambassador, Boston's most famous dog. Oh, there's a Wikipedia. Okay. Where's the dog? Features. Is the dog in the features? Where's the dog? You don't have the dog in your wiki? Are you crazy? Oh, you don't have the dog in the wiki. You're crazy. Okay, fine. What was that? Oh, there was a shooting that happened there. Welp, did not know. Didn't know. Guide dog. Yeah, it was a guide dog with eye problems. Finds work as world's first dog concierge. Katie the guide dog developed eye problems, finds work as the world's first canine hotel concierge, and takes tips and biscuits. She's so look at her face, it's so cute. Hotel guests not keen on leaving large concierge tips might want to consider staying at the Fairmont Copley Plaza Hotel, where one member of staff will only ask for a dog biscuit for their service. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys have got to look up this dog. She's 13 years old. Originally trained at the Guide Dog Association for the Blind, deemed unfit for the job after she was diagnosed with mild eyesight problems in her final visits with the vet. The dog sought a career change, and this came about when the Fairmont Copley Plaza Hotel hired her as concierge. Aww. She's an important part of the hotel's team, gets along with her colleagues. Wait, I thought that part of the story... I'm not seeing it on here. I thought that part of the story was that she was owned by a guest that came to stay there, and the guest passed away in the hotel. Maybe that was a rumor. Maybe that's not true, but that's what I was told. So maybe that's probably not true. That sounds too fantastical, right? That sounds too much like a J-Lo movie, where J-Lo is like... Actually, no, I'm just imagining Made in Manhattan, except instead of there being a handsome man there, it's a dog. She's like, don't worry, dog. We'll take you in. Made in Manhattan. I love that movie. Anyway, I'm going to go and watch Hannibal. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah. Googling with Duke.